All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to go racing from New Hampshire. AJ Godsey and Ray Hillhouse will have the front row. Stephen Gibson and Mark Nelson will start on the second row. Kevin Reed, Mark Dantuma on the third row. Richie West, Gerald Thanospool on the fourth. Albie Hewins and Jeff Hinkle rounding out the top 10. Bill Percy starts in 11th and Rick Sargent in 12th. Vern Spring starts in 13th. Brian Oshinska in 14th. Brandon Springer in 15th. Mike Smith in 16th. Nick Marco, Austin Habel, and DJ Kenner rounding out the field here. The drivers all getting lined up, ready to go. Hillhouse starting on the outside. I suspect that outside line is going to be the best starting position. And in race control, it is Nicole. That's what she said. Creasel in the house. I'm sure we'll be talking to her later. All the drivers rolling, getting ready for the start. If we have green flag stops tonight, you see that blue cone there. That is where they are allowed to merge back up on the track. This pit road exit, especially off turn 2, where the cars have a tendency to get loose, can get interesting. We have seen in the past cars who have completed pit stops getting loose as they come off turn 2 and getting into cars that are trying to get off pit road. It can create some chaos. Pace car is in. AJ Godsey going to lead them down here for the 8th race of the season. Green flag is in the air. AJ quickly to the lead. Gibson to second. Hillhouse has a problem on the start. Hillhouse dropping like crazy. Looks like possibly a missed shift. Hillhouse went from 2nd to 6th, now coming back up to speed. Gibson quickly shoots to the bottom. He's by AJ. Kevin Reed now up into 3rd. Richie West up 3 spots into 4th, but Mark Nelson all over that back bumper. Hillhouse side by side with Mark Dantuma. Hillhouse pulls ahead. Caution is out. Looks like Bill Percy involved. Getting loose off turn 2. It is a constant issue at New Hampshire, built into the wall in the inside. Ray Hillhouse on that start dropped a bunch of positions. Let's see if we can get a quick word with him and find out what happened. Hey Ray, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, really curious what happened on the start there.
Oh man, I'm embarrassed. I made an adjustment on my rig here, and yeah, it wasn't shifting for me. Super scary moment, but apologize to the crowd there.
It does look like you gathered up. Is the problem resolved, and will your restarts be back to normal?
Yeah, problem's resolved.
Well, good luck, man, and good luck trying to make the comeback from there. Obviously, you did a great job saving it.
Thanks, man. We'll see what happens.
Well, Ray Hillhouse having some problems shifting on the start. Nobody impacted. They keep moving. Says he has it fixed now. Gonna send it to the front. Steven Gibson quickly claimed the lead from AJ Godsey. Kevin Reed up 2 spots, Richie West up 3, but the biggest movers are Brandon Springer up into 10th, up 5 spots. Nick Marco up 5 spots into 12th. Both drivers having an excellent run so far tonight. Should be getting lights out on the pace car this time. Bill Percy has recovered and is on track. He has gone to pit road for repairs, as did Brian Oshinska. Lights are out, they stack back up. Gibson choosing the high line for the restart. AJ Warman up the tires down the back straightaway. I don't expect Bill Percy's spin off 2 to be the only time we see that tonight. Did hear some of the drivers talk about the car being loose in pre-race. And obviously, as we heard multiple times, if you get down into that low line, you're going around. Pace car is in, Gibson controls it. He fires, green is in the air. And it looks like AJ gets the rough start this time. Richie West to the high side for second. AJ manages to pull back ahead. He's going to bring Kevin Reed with him. Hillhouse gets a much better start. Austin Habel has had a problem. No caution. Caution is now out. Austin gets loose out of turn 2. Looks like another incident with Jeff Hinkle and Vern Spring. Hinkle loose through 3 and 4. Dan Tuma loose right in front of him. Vern Spring gets caught, nowhere to go. Looks like this might have all started with Mark Dantuma. Wow, he was sideways. Hinkle had to avoid him. Vern Spring just has nowhere to go. Jeff Hinkle has gone to pit road for repairs. Looks like he is back out on track. No, he did not make it down pit road. That was an alert when he spun down low. Now Nick Marco, Brian Oshinska, Jeff Hinkle, Mark Dantuma, and Vern Spring all on pit road. Brandon Springer managed to make it through that incident clean, is now up 8 spots. He's up into 7th. So several drivers on pit road this time. Springer's one we'll definitely have to watch closely. Hey, good evening, Joe. How's it going? Albie Hewins now up into 8th. Gerald Poole now up into 10th. Austin Habel also up. It looks like he is having to drop back. Looks like he is up about 4 spots as they stack back up for the restart. Dantuma is on his way off pit road. No, back into pit road, it looks like. Nick Marco is rolling off pit road. as the field comes through 3 and 4. It's going to be close for Dan Tuma and for Nick Marco. Pace car is in. Here they go. Gibson in control on the high side. Green flag back in the air. Gibson, another good start. Richie West pulls ahead just barely of AJ into turn 1, and it looks like Richie's going to clear into second. We've got a car around in turn 1, caution. Looks like Rick Sargent and Mike Smith. Oh, looks like Rick just started to push a little bit, got on the brakes. The car went around. Mike had to get on the brakes to avoid him. Worth noting on that restart, Albie Hewins picked up another spot. Gerald also picking up another spot into 9th place. As Stephen Gibson continues to lead the field. These guys can go 65 to 70 laps on fuel. So pit strategy might be important here tonight, especially with the number of cautions. How far can these guys stretch it? Tire wear will also play a big factor in. Dan Tuma and Oshinska both back on pit road for repairs. Speaking of tire wear, Jeff Hinkle has fought his way back up into 12th. As the tires get worn out, he'll be the driver to watch come through this field on old tires. Just a side note, because we know it's a possibility, the drivers we know for sure have tested doing a Chastain: Bill Percy, Albie Hewins, Kevin Reed. I think those are the only 3 that have tested it so far that we are aware of testing it. Let's put it that way. Everybody stacked back up. Richie West now on the inside of Stephen Gibson. And here we go again. Pace car drops in. Gibson in control. Gibson fires. Green is in the air. Kevin Reed quickly gets alongside Richie West as they go off into 1. Kevin sends it deep into 1 and 2, side by side with Richie for second as Gibson pulls away. Richie trying to slide up in front of AJ, can't quite get there. Now he's got it. Meanwhile, Mark Nelson is flying up toward the front. But Ray Hillhouse is making up the ground he lost at the start with the shifter incident. Gerald Poole picking up a couple of spots here, now up into 8th, Albie in 9th. Side by side battling for that position. And Wild Bill Percy in 10th, trying to get on the high side of Albie. Austin Habel is on a charge. He was caught in one of the earlier incidents. Now up 7 spots into 11th. Guys trying to get everything they can before the tire wear really starts to set in. Kevin Reed just set the fastest lap of the race in second place. Caution is out. Vern Spring involved. Oh, Vern just gets loose in the middle of 1 and 2. Everybody successfully avoiding him there. Let's see if the leaders come down. They've only had about 16 laps, and less than 10 of those have been green flagged. Guys like Mark Dantuma, though, they've been in pit road multiple times, so they've been able to top off on fuel every single caution. Is Gibson going to come down pit road? No, he's not. Let's see if we can get a word with the leader. Hey, Steven, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Doug.
Hey, it's been wild behind you, but smooth sailing for you so far.
Yeah, it seems like that. I've seen there's been a few cautions behind me. I'm just trying to just keep it clean, not tear the tires up early, and that way we can get a long run here, hopefully.
I know when you made that pass for the lead, you really got down onto the bottom, a place where most drivers have not been willing to go because the car gets so loose. It was pretty impressive to see you hold that bottom line. Did you get some practice down there earlier?
Yeah, I did about an hour's worth of practice earlier. I just was just trying different lines out, trying different gears out, seeing what the car could do and whatnot. I mean, I had a lot of experience last night from the truck race. Won the truck race last night, so I mean, not too much crossover, but just enough. You know, just being careful with the throttle and making sure you're smart with the tires.
Well, it's definitely paying off so far as you stack back up, buddy. Good luck. A great run so far.
Yep, thank you, man.
Stephen Gibson won the truck race last night, as you heard, up front leading the cup race so far here tonight. Kevin Reed now has that inside line on the restart. AJ Godsey up on the high side on the second row. That high line has been able to, the second car in the high line has pretty consistently been up there battling for second place on these restarts. Will AJ be able to capitalize on this? Pace car is in. Gibson in control again. Green flag back in the air. Gibson fires. It looks like Kevin Reed might have had a checkup on the restart. AJ's got a good run on the high side, but Kevin sends it deep into one. Bill Percy trying to make something happen. Back behind, he gets a little close off of two. Percy almost gets the wall and lost a lot of momentum. Albie Hewins goes by. Austin Habel now up 10 spots into 8th. Despite being caught up in an earlier incident, Austin is on the march tonight. Bill Percy holding on in 9th, battling now with Albie Hewins. Mark Dantuma right behind him. Mark has spent more time on pit road tonight than anybody else after that earlier incident, choosing not to use his fast repair. He's been getting manual repairs every stop. Jeff Hinkle currently running into 12th place. He'll be the one to watch on the long runs. Gibson, meanwhile, in the lead. AJ Godsey has now claimed second place. Kevin Reed. Oh, we've got a car off track. It's Vern Spring. No caution. He clears the racing surface. And loose out of 2. A hard hit into the inside wall. Vern Spring has towed it to pit road. He's going to have some repairs before he gets back out. Steven Gibson's lead just 3/4 of a second over AJ Gotze. Kevin Reed in 3rd. Richie West in 4th. Ray Hillhouse now back up into 5th. Austin Habel Mark Nelson in 6th. Austin Habel in 7th. Oh, Austin's loose. Off turn 2, a smack to the inside wall. Brian Oshinska is off track. Brian loose off 2 as well. Both drivers have recovered, now hoping for a caution here. But they clear the racing surface, no cautions yet. AJ Gotze, Kevin Reed still nose to tail for 2nd. Richie West now trying to hold off Ray Hillhouse for 4th. Mark Nelson is closing in on him. Brandon Springer up 8 spots now into 7th. Mark D'Antuma fighting his way back up into 9th. Bill Percy runs 10th. Bill Percy runs 9th. Albie Hewins runs 10th. Oh! Brandon Springer hard in the wall. He keeps moving. Let's see what happened with Brandon. I'm willing to bet loose off of 2 here. Yeah, he got loose and tried to catch it up the track. Gets the outside wall, but does manage to keep the car rolling. And again, not impacting the race, so no caution. Good evening, Russell. How are you, buddy? Caution now is out. Rick Surgeon involved. Rick down on the bottom and loose off of 2. I might record myself saying that and just have a quick button to hit. Because we have seen a lot of that here tonight. Loose off of turn 2 is a common theme at New Hampshire. We saw it with the Nowski Legacy Series last season. We've seen it in trucks. We have seen it in every kind of cup car. We've even seen it in the Xfinity cars. And it looks like Steven Gibson's going to give up the lead and come to pit road. Hillhouse is in. Albie Hewins is coming in. Brandon Springer, Nick Marco, Austin Habel, Brian Oshinska on pit road. AJ stays out. Kevin Reed, Richie West, Mark Nelson, all staying out. Let's see if we can get a quick word with Kevin. Hey, Kevin, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, what's up, Doug?
Hey, see some of the guys hitting pit road. You, AJ, Richie, several others staying out. What's the wisest strategy here?
I'm just really comfortable with the way the car is right now, and I'm thinking we're not going to be running a long green flag run quite yet. So I figured I'd take the chance to stay out and see what we can do with it. Keep it up front at least.
A lot of drivers really struggling loose off of turn 2 here tonight. Have you made an adjustment in your driving style to, obviously it's not been an issue for you yet?
Absolutely have.
Well, it is definitely working. Can you hold on to it? And I have to ask, with these cautions, how far can you stretch the fuel?
You know what? I'm not quite sure because I've got some malfunctions going on, so I'm just kind of going with what we got going on in Discord. So I don't know. We'll find out.
All right, man. Good luck here.
Thanks, Doug.
Well, Kevin Reed's obviously got some technical difficulties, so he doesn't know how far he can go on fuel. With these cautions, we knew between lap 65 and lap 70 was what they were saying at the start of the race. However, caution laps definitely save a lot of fuel here. Nicole is saying her pin, in race control, the pin is running out of ink. She's definitely the busiest person here tonight. As the pace car drops in, AJ Gotzi is in control. He fires green, is back in the air. Mark Nelson tries to get the run on the high side for second, but Kevin has beat everybody into turn one tonight. Mark Dantuma now up into fifth. Bill Percy now up into seventh. Now it's time we're going to see when the fresh tires come into play. Albie Hewins is the highest running car on new tires. They do have to be careful these first few laps. Ray Hillhouse also on fresh tires coming by. They do have to be careful. Guess where? Off of turn two. The top 4 or 5 now single file. Gibson trying to make his way back toward the front. He is also on fresh tires, so he is now back up into fifth. Now he sends it to the inside of Richie West for fourth. Dan Tuma was not in position to capitalize from the open door, but Gerald Poole, he's on the move inside of Bill Percy. They battle it out for seventh. Caution! Nick Marco has crashed. Wow, this is different. He gets loose in 3 and 4. With a couple of these drivers on fresh tires like Steven Gibson, Ray Hillhouse, and Albie Hewins making a charge on that restart, I'm wondering how many drivers we see hit pit road here. The top 3 have not been to pit road yet tonight, but it looks like AJ is going to come. Kevin's coming in. Mark Nelson, everybody that did not pit last time is coming to pit road. Except for one man, one very brave man. Bill Percy has not been on pit road since lap 3. He's now going to be in second place. And let's see if we can talk to our lady in race control. Hey, Nicole, it's Doug. You got me?
Yep, I gotcha.
I hope you bought a whole pack of pins for tonight.
I got some spares, I think.
If not, let us know. We'll send some up to you. How's it going? It's obviously a very busy night for you.
Yes, it is. I'm trying to keep an eye on everybody, and it's kind of hard to do it.
That has definitely been the case tonight. It has been a bit wild. Any communications on the radio? Anybody yelling yet?
Nobody's yelling yet.
Well, that is a plus. Obviously, a lot of people getting really loose off of turn 2 here tonight.
Yes, they are. I know last night when I was running trucks, there's some I got loose in turn 2.
A very common theme here in New Hampshire.
Yes, it is.
Looks like they are stacking up for the restart. Good luck, and keep us posted if anything exciting we miss.
All right. Thanks, Doug.
Awesome having Nicole in race control for these cup races. We get a lot of information, and yeah, it's great to have her eye in the sky as well. Stephen Gibson up front, Bill Percy on the bottom in second. Albie Hewins is now up in third, Hillhouse in fourth, Austin Habel fifth, Nick Marco now in sixth. Here we go, pace car is in, Gibson controls it. He fires, green is back in the air. Bill Percy has a hard time getting going on old tires. 3 wide as they head off into 1. Hillhouse stuck in the middle. He's going to clear into... Oh! I think Hillhouse might have given the wall a little bit of a kiss there. Austin Habel also on the move. Bill Percy finally gets some grip and now holds on to third. Austin Habel, though, sets his sight on third, and here comes Gerald Thanos Poole, now up into sixth, trying to get to the inside on Albie. Here comes AJ Godsey and Richie West. It is a big stack up as Thanos and Albie battle it out. All these guys with slightly fresher tires right behind trying to find an opening. Albie pulls ahead. Now AJ shoots to the high side on Gerald. Drag race down the front straightaway. Richie all over bumpers trying to find a way by. Mark Dantuma right there in that mess. Kevin Reed in that mess as well. AJ gets a bit of a run off turn 2. He's going to clear Gerald. Gerald fights back to the inside on 3 as Dan Tuma looks low on Richie. Well, Gerald pushes up. Great save by Gerald. He pushed up, and I think he might have given AJ a little bump there. Manages to pull the car back down. Everybody saves it. Well, these guys... Oh, caution is out. Oh, Austin Habel's loose right in front of everybody. How did Kevin Reed make it through that? Brian Oshinska crashed, and we will watch the in-car from Kevin Reed here in a moment. There is Oshinska and loose in 1 and 2. Mike Smith loose back behind him. All right, from Kevin Reed's in-car camera. Out of turn 2 and watch this. Great save by Kevin Reed. That was close. Now, Bill Percy has been out there since lap 3 on his tires. Will he come down this time? Yes, he does. Moves AJ Godsey, the defending champion, up a spot. Gerald Poole now up into 6th. Dan Tuma in 7th. Richie West is 8th. Kevin Reed is 9th. And Mark Nelson in 10th. Bill Percy, Brandon Springer, Brian Oshinska all on pit road. Albie Hewins currently sits in 4th, having a great run here tonight. Let's see if we can get a hold of him. Hey, Albie, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, man, a bit of a rough start there, but you have definitely since made up for it.
Yeah, it's we've had a couple close ones. I've got lucky a few times.
Well, it is definitely paying off. Now you're up here in the top 4, and obviously you've had a fast car all night. Honestly, I don't think anybody has been able to pass you on track.
Yeah, it feels good, and you know, I haven't got to find out what the end of a run looks like yet, but so far so good.
Well, man, keep up the good work. I know Joe is out there cheering for you and Thanos tonight.
10-4, appreciate it.
Albie Hewins currently sits in 4th. Topher, what is up, man? Yeah, it is New Hampshire, always a bit exciting. Everybody stacks back up for the restart, and it'll be Stephen Gibson and Ray Hillhouse up front this time. It looks like Gibson's choosing the bottom line on this start. This may give Hillhouse a bit of an advantage here. Here we go. Pace car is in. They fire. Green is in the air. It looks like somebody spun the tires. I couldn't tell who it was, but there was tire smoke back behind. Austin Habel and Ray Hillhouse battle for second. AJ right behind them trying to get a run, and here comes Albie. Looked like Hillhouse had a problem on the restart again. Albie Hewins trying to get back up to speed now as Gerald Poole gets to his bumper. Austin Abel holding second. Gibson still has the lead. Topher obviously had a rough night last night in the Truck Series. We should get Topher back in a Cup car, though. Austin Habel on the high side. Here comes AJ looking to the bottom off 4. Side by side into turn 1, and AJ gets the nose ahead, but Austin will have the advantage off the turn. Doesn't seem to bother AJ. He didn't hear about the Austin's momentum advantage. But here they go off into 3. AJ sends it deep, and Dan Tuma does as well. He gets under Austin. Kevin Reed hanging on in 6th. Gerald Poole now in 7th. Albie Hewins holding 8th place as Richie West tries to look low. Mark Nelson is back there. Jeff Hinkle currently runs in 11th place. Hinkle, worth noting, got tires on lap 34. If they get a long green flag run here, it'll be worth watching Jeff Hinkle. And look who's on the outside making the move on Hinkle, Bill Percy. Bill said he had to change everything about the way he drove here tonight to make this car work and not burn up the tires. Something is working for Bill. Holy cow, Mark Nelson slow off 2. Bill's loose off 2. Hinkle sends it deep in, has to back out of it before he gets into Bill, but he's got to run. And back behind all of this, here comes Springer. Springer had that early charge and picked up a ton of spots. He's on fresh tires as well, trying to make his way forward. Oh, Springer loose off 2. Nelson almost gets the wall. Meanwhile, Stephen Gibson up in the lead. AJ now in 2nd is gotten by Hillhouse. Hillhouse now in 3rd. Kevin Reed looking under Austin Habel for 4th. Mark Dantuma currently sits in 6th place looking for an opportunity. Albie Hewins is following Gerald Poole around. Richie West now looking under Albie. I think Gerald is actually the first person, excuse me, the first person to get by Albie at speed. Albie obviously lost some positions on that restart due to the outside line just not getting going. But Gerald Poole and now Richie West are the first 2 drivers to pass Albie on track here tonight. Be interesting to see on the long run what Albie can do here. Austin Abel still holding on to 5th, but Dan Tuma is way up under him. Into turn 1, Dan Tuma sends it in deep. Dan Tuma's down low. Remember all the drivers in pre-race saying you couldn't go down to the bottom. Looks like once the tires are broke in, you can get down low as Mark Dan Tuma goes to 5th. Meanwhile, Gerald Poole pulls up on the both of them. Richie West past Albie Hewins, now closing in. Richie West now to 8th. Bill Percy on the march is up to 9th. Jeff Hinkle battling it out with Mark Nelson. Brandon Springer lurking right behind the both of them. And Steven Gibson, he's out front cruising. It's just a Sunday drive for him. Brandon Springer came into the night 16th in points. He could make up a lot of ground in the points with a win here tonight. Plus, with the top 2 in the points not here tonight, Kyle Alden and Jared Heasley not in the race. Well, we will have a first-time winner this. Somebody will, there's only been 2 winners this season. Kyle Holden and Jared Heasley, so we will have a first-time winner here tonight. AJ Godsey sits in 2nd. 3rd place is Hillhouse. Kevin Reed in 4th. Now Dan Tuma in 5th. Austin Habel in 6th. What? Bill Percy just came by Thanos. Bill now to 8 as he continues marching forward. For a guy who had to relearn to drive this track tonight, he is on the move. Really impressive run out of Bill here. Hillhouse currently sits in 3rd place. They're losing a little bit of ground to the top 2 as Kevin Reed closes the gap. Mark Dantuma also there. AJ Godsey is trying to run down Steven Gibson now. Looks like AJ has gained a little bit of ground, about a 1/4 second. Hillhouse and Kevin Reed nose to tail. Mark Dantuma not far behind, trying to stay in the draft. Austin Habel still up 12 spots in 6th place as Richie West and Bill Percy coming forward. Jeff Hinkle currently sits in 13th place. Keep a close eye on that 23 car because as we are about to approach 20 green flag laps, this will be the time Hinkle will start making a march. Brian Oshimska, who got caught up in a couple of incidents earlier, is now up into 14th and trying to make his way forward. Mike Smith currently runs in 5th. Caution! Mark Dantuma involved. Mark looks underneath Hillhouse into turn 1. He sends it too deep, gets loose, and goes around. Manages to get down into the grass before the rest of the field gets there. Everybody has been out on track for roughly 20 laps. Expect a lot of cars back on pit road here. Actually, from here, the drivers can go the distance on fuel. For some drivers, this could be a final pit stop. as Stephen Gibson heads to pit road. Hillhouse is on pit road. Austin Habel is on pit road. Albie Hewins, Gerald Poole, Mark Nelson, Jeff Hinkle, Mark Dantuma, Brian Oshinska, Mike Smith, and Nick Marco all on pit road. AJ Godsey back to the lead. Kevin Reed now in second, Richie West in third, Bill Percy in fourth, and Brandon Springer now up into the top 5. And let's see if we can talk to our leader. Hey, AJ, it's Doug. You got me?
I got you, Doug.
Hey, how is it going out there? Obviously, you're taking the lead now, but pit strategy, tire strategy, and obviously a lot of cautions playing into everything.
Yeah, that was the big question under this caution, whether to come and get tires or not, because we got 2 sets left. So I decided to sit on both my sets for later on in the race. We're only about halfway. So.
I know from here just about everybody can make it on fuel. Will you plan on doing just one more stop?
Yeah, we could make it on one more stop. I might be able to make it without stopping if it was to stay green. It'll be real close.
Wow. Well, good luck. A great run so far, AJ.
Thanks, Doug.
AJ Godsey has the lead as they stack back up for the restart. And you know what we haven't done tonight? You know what would be fun to do right about now on this restart? As they come out of turn 4 and the green flag drops, I'm going to stop talking rather, and let you guys crank it up. Here we go. That is always a great time as AJ Godsey continues to lead. Kevin Reed has second. Stephen Gibson, though, shoots to the bottom through 1 and 2. Gibson's going to take it easy. Not a big fight out of Kevin Reed as Richie West now up into 4th. Brandon Springer in the top 5. The first car that went to pit road is Ray Hillhouse. Currently sits in 7th place. He is the first car on fresh tires. Then there's Gerald Poole, Mike Smith, and Albie Hewins, 9th, 10th, and 11th. Fresh tires definitely coming into play as Hillhouse is all over Springer's back bumper. Interesting note, after talking to AJ, we know some of these drivers can actually go the distance on fuel without another stop. If this thing were to go green from here, no telling what would happen in the strategy department. AJ continuing to lead, but Gibson has closed into the back bumper. Kevin Reed back in 3rd. Hillhouse coming by. Brandon Springer now setting his sights on Richie West. Brandon, older tires can only put up a fight for so long. And here comes Gerald Thanos Poole. Gerald now up into 8th. Jeff Hinkle, who's now on fresh tires, currently runs in 10th. He's starting to make his move. Hillhouse is on the march as he comes past Richie West and now looks at the back bumper of Kevin Reed. Gerald Poole also making it happen. He's now up to 7th on the back bumper of Brandon Springer. Hillhouse now to 3rd as he comes by Kevin Reed. Gerald Poole on those fresher tires now underneath Brandon Springer. Oh, Springer starts to get a little squirrely off too. Stephen Gibson, meanwhile, gets by AJ Godsey back to the lead. AJ now in 2nd with Hillhouse closing in rapidly. Kevin Reed holds on to 4th, but Richie West has caught him, and Richie West having to defend as Gerald Poole looks to the inside down the back straightaway. Gerald down to the bottom, easily slides by Richie, gets the nose underneath Kevin. A drag race down the front straightaway. Gerald almost getting 2 for 1 through 3 and 4. Finally completes a pass on Kevin, and now Richie West looks to the inside. Nick Marco has crashed, no caution yet. What happened to Nick? Oh, Nick just gets loose in the middle of the turn. He is down to the inside, goes to pit road. Bill Percy has also gone off track. Bill way low. Oh, he clipped the apron going through 3 and 4. Manages to recover, but gets it down to pit lane. And a hard break for Bill Percy, who really had one of his best runs of the season so far tonight. Ray Hillhouse has gotten by AJ Godsey, now into 2nd, 1.7 seconds behind Stephen Gibson. AJ Godsey now sits 3rd. Gerald Thanos Poole has made his way up into 4th. Kevin Reed currently runs in 5th, but Richie, oh, holy cow! Richie got in a little too deep, got the brakes, and slid up the track a little. Springer has to back out to avoid the sliding Richie West. Now Mark Nelson gets underneath. Look who's lurking back behind Nelson. Here comes Hinkle. Austin Hable now also on the run. Just under 50 laps to go. Stephen Gibson has led the most laps so far tonight. Ray Hillhouse sits in 2nd, 1.6 seconds back. Gerald Poole has now made his way up to 3rd. Nick Marco is back out on track. Bill Percy appears to be done for the night. Another heartbreaking night for Bill. AJ Godsey now back into fourth. Kevin Reed in fifth. Austin Habel in seventh, right behind Richie West. Mark Dantuma almost got the back bumper of Jeff Hinkle into that turn. Yeah, Dantuma is in a Ford. His brakes probably fading. If it wasn't for the parrot polish, that Ford would just fall completely apart. Austin Habel now to the outside on Richie West for sixth place. Oh, Richie drifts up in the middle of the corner again. They are inches apart. Austin pulls ahead here. Hinkle looks to the outside. Richie pushing that car to its limit, trying to hold on to positions here. Hinkle's got to run on the high side as well. Austin now sets his sights on Kevin Reed, a little bobble out of Richie West. Richie sends it deep into turn three. Hinkle can set it up. He does. He goes for the crossover. Can't get it yet. I do believe that's a new paint scheme for Jeff Hinkle here tonight as well. Looking awesome with the flames. Stephen Gibson continues to lead and is actually pulling away from Hillhouse at the moment now. 1.2 second lead. They both last stopped on lap 60, so the same linked tires. Gerald Poole now up into third. AJ Godsey back to fourth. Austin Habel in fifth. The top three on fresh tires. Austin Habel also on fresh tires, along with Jeff Hinkle in sixth. You know some of these guys mid-pack have to be regretting not taking tires at lap 60. Albie Hewins now on the march as well. He's on the inside of Mark Nelson. Sets his sights on Mark Nelson. Is going to clear. Gets the nose in on Kevin Reed as well. Stephen Gibson's lead at currently 1 1/4 seconds over Ray Hillhouse. Gerald Poole about another 1 1/4 seconds back. AJ Godsey almost 3 seconds back, with Austin Habel less than 2 seconds behind and closing. Austin's going to bring Jeff Hinkle and Mark Dantuma with him. And caution! Brandon Springer involved. Loose out of 2. As I believe that was Brian Oshinska coming off of pit road. That's going to trap Oshinska a lap down. He might get the lucky dog here. Actually, it looks like it'll be Nick Marco getting the lucky dog. Now the question is, do the leaders come in? This could be the last stop. I do believe we're going to see everybody on pit road. Indeed, all the lead lap cars are in. Steven Gibson completes his pit stop, rolls back out. Hillhouse now in second. AJ Godsey still up on the jacks. Gerald Poole rolls off pit road. Let's see if we can get a quick word with Thanos. Hey, Thanos, it's Doug. You got me?
10-4.
Hey, a great run so far tonight, man. It's currently sitting in fourth, and obviously your strategy paying off here.
Yeah, we played a little game with the tires. Now we're going to see if it catches up with us here before the end.
Less than 40, or about 35 laps to go on this one, and obviously you guys can run that. The fuel's good. Can you make it to the end, and can you hold that top 5 finish here?
We seem to be doing pretty well. We'll just have to... I'm just being careful not trying to spin out to the inside or roll out into the wall on the outside, so we'll just keep going with that and see how it works out.
Well, man, the car's looking good and fast. Good luck tonight, buddy.
Thank you. Thanks for all you do, man.
Gerald Thanos Poole currently sits in fourth, and Jeff Hinkle, the master of tire saving, in fifth. Richie West also having an awesome night. Currently runs in sixth. Mark Nelson in seventh. Kevin Reed is eighth. Albie Hewins in ninth. Mike Smith in 10th. This is about to get a bit interesting as all the drivers are back on the same tire strategy here. Looks like Brian Oshinska is going to get one of his laps back here. As they get one to green, he'll be waved past the pace car. There he goes. Now Steven Gibson and Ray Hillhouse are going to battle it out again. Gibson chooses the high line. Gerald Poole, AJ Godsey on the second row. Jeff Hinkle, Richie West on the third. Mark Nelson, Kevin Reed on the fourth. Albie Hewins, Mike Smith rounding out the top 10. We haven't talked about Mike much tonight. He has been dodging bullets all night long, now sitting in 10th place. Mike might actually have something for him here tonight if he can stay out of trouble. He's done a great job of wreck avoidance so far here tonight. Pace car gets loose out of 4. He's in pit road. Here we go. They fire green back in the air. Gibson gets an awesome launch. Hillhouse holds on to second. AJ and Gerald battling for third. Fresh tires, so you know there's that possibility of loose race cars off of turn 2, but everybody makes it around this time. Springer now back in 13th after that caution. AJ Godsey pulls up into third. Gerald holds on to fourth. Richie West in fifth, but Kevin Reed on the move on the bottom. 30 laps to go. Hillhouse side by side because AJ sends it deep into 3. Hillhouse gets a little bit of a push but holds it. AJ goes to second. Now Thanos looking on the high side. Gerald Thanos Poole is going to come by Hillhouse for third. Richie West right on his back bumper. It's a drag race down the back straightaway. Austin Habel has crashed. No caution. Austin loose in 1 and 2. Goes around into the infield. Austin was on the march earlier tonight. Looked like Austin was a potential winner earlier tonight as AJ Godsey goes to the lead. Stephen Gibson suddenly losing positions. Here's the pass for the lead. AJ sends it down into the bottom. They get close off of 4. Gibson may have scraped the wall there. He loses a bit of momentum as they go into turn 1. Thanos gets down underneath. Gibson losing a lot of positions here. AJ Godsey out front again. Gerald Poole in second. Gerald had the fastest lap last time by as he tries to close in on AJ Godsey. Richie West sits third. Kevin Reed in fourth. Gibson now back in fifth as Hillhouse sets his sights on him, and Hinkle is trying to come alive, but Mark Nelson sends it deep into 3 on the high side. Oh, Hillhouse almost gets together with Gibson. They both save it, but what a close call. Mark Nelson loses some momentum, having to check up. Now he sends it to the bottom. Gibson and Hillhouse, 2 of the top contenders earlier in this race, seem to be struggling here late in the race. AJ Godsey comes across. It'll be 25 laps to go here. Gerald Poole in second. Richie West in third. Kevin Reed in fourth. Stephen Gibson in fifth. But Mark Nelson comes by on the bottom. He's going to take fifth. Hinkle coming by Hillhouse now for seventh. Dan Tuma back in ninth, sets his sights to the inside on Hillhouse. Something has to be wrong with Hillhouse's car with him fading like this. Now Springer looks to the inside. AJ continues to lead his lead now 1 1/4 seconds as Richie West comes by Gerald. Now Kevin Reed looks to the inside. Kevin Reed gets a bow. Gerald gets loose. Kevin has to drive down to the bottom to make sure he doesn't get there and almost wrecks it. Matt Stewart, buddy, it is good to see you. Gerald Poole now goes back to fourth as Kevin Reed comes by and takes third. Mark Nelson back in fifth. Jeff Hinkle sits in sixth. Mark Dantuma in seventh. Stephen Gibson in eighth. Ray Hillhouse in ninth. Mike Smith now back in 11th, trying to make his way forward. Mike Smith came in tonight 10th in point, or I'm sorry, 7th in points, looking to make up some more ground here tonight. Matt Stewart, how the heck are you, buddy? Richie West, 20 to go, trying to close the gap on AJ Godsey. Kevin Reed now cleared in third. Mark Nelson has made his way into the top 5. Jeff Hinkle sits in 6th. Mark Dantuma in 7th. Not seeing the late run out of Hinkle yet that we expected. Stephen Gibson comes by, or gets past as Brandon Springer comes by. Looking at my notes, I think there is a very real possibility that despite coming to pit road on that last caution, Ray Hillhouse and Stephen Gibson did not actually take a pit stop. According to my data, they came down pit road, but they did not stop. Richie West 9/10 of a second behind AJ and gaining. Kevin Reed 3/4 of a second back and gaining as well. Gerald Poole in fourth. Jeff Hinkle. Here comes that late run Hinkle speed. Jeff Hinkle, remember, came in tonight third in points. The top two in the points not here tonight. Hinkle, Dan Tuma, Rick Sargent can make up a lot of ground here tonight. Although Rick Sargent already out of the race, he'll get 17th place points. Brandon Springer now up into 8th. Gibson and Hillhouse still 9th and 10th. Mike Smith, though, has closed in on Gibson and Hillhouse. Albie Ewan sits 12th. Austin Habel in 13th. Nick Marco is 14th. Brian Oshinska in 15th. Oshinska looked like he was going to have a great run early on in the night, but getting caught up in a couple of incidents has set him to several laps down. AJ Godsey maintaining about 8/10 of a second over Richie West. Austin Habel is on pit road. Gerald Poole in 4th now has Jeff Hinkle and Mark Dantuma closing in. Although Dantuma going to the high side here, doesn't have the momentum. Nicole cheering on her spotter, Jeff Hinkle, who was in her headset last night helping her. Hinkle now up into 5th, trying to close the gap on Thanos. Mark Nelson now back into 7th. Springer has made his way up into 8th. Mike Smith holds on to 11th, still unable to get past Gibson and Hillhouse. And AJ Godsey continues to lead. AJ's lead has now opened up to about 1.5 seconds. And it is weird to say this, 8 races into the season, if AJ wins tonight, it would be his first win of this season. AJ came into tonight 8th in points. He's missed 2 races so far this season, but of the 7 previous races, our former champion has not won. Considering his extreme dominance last season, that comes as a big, big shock. Richie West holds second, Kevin Reed in third, Gerald Poole in fourth, but now Hinkle looks underneath. Oh, Hinkle loses some momentum in entry. Looks like he has found it though, coming off 4. Looked like Hinkle was in trouble for a moment. Nope, he has got it figured out. Hinkle and Gerald side by side. Jeff Hinkle gets the holy cow. Gerald, hold on to her. Hinkle clears. He's into fourth. Dan Tuma looking for fifth. Gerald washes up the track. Dan Tuma washes up. Dan Tuma gets the momentum, though, off of 4. He's going to go to fifth. Gerald fights back up on the high side. Dan Tuma, though, clears him out of turn 2. Oh, Gerald gets a bit of a run off turn 2, almost gets into Dan Tuma's bumper. Hinkle now closing in on Kevin Reed, but 3 seconds is the gap, and with 6 to go, I don't think he can make it. AJ Godsey, meanwhile, out front. Richie West holding on to second for the moment, but here comes Kevin Reed. Kevin comes in tonight 6th in points. He would make up some ground here as well. Richie pulls a little bit of a gap as they get 5 to go. Austin Hable right behind the top 3. He is on fresh tires. Austin currently running in 13th. Jeff Hinkle has closed down a second, and he is gaining half a second a lap. Caution! Oh my goodness, a caution with 4 to go. Stephen Gibson involved. He gets loose through 1 and 2. Tries to save it, spins back up onto the track. This is not what AJ Godsey wanted to see here. Now the question is, who comes down pit road? And we will go to a green-white checkered finish. Mark Nelson, Ray Hillhouse, Albie Hewins, Mike Smith, all on pit road. I would expect Stephen Gibson to be down as well. Yes, indeed. Everybody else stays out. And let's see if we can talk to our second place driver, Richie West. Hey, Richie, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, brother.
Hey, it has been an interesting one, and obviously this is probably not a caution you wanted to see.
No, certainly not. I don't think we had anything for AJ. We had a little bit maybe on the shorter run, but I was starting to struggle there. But yeah, we definitely didn't want this caution. But it looks like quite a few people stayed out, so we might be all right.
Looked like Kevin Reed was getting right to your back bumper. Are you worried at all? And does this being a green-white checkered benefit you?
I was slightly worried about him back there, but I knew his tires were in the same shape as mine, so it was going to be tough for him to get around me if I just kept kind of running that middle line. It was going to make it difficult. So.
I know it's been a while. A couple seasons ago in the Cup Series at Las Vegas, your last Cup win, if it comes down to the last lap, you are there. You gonna move AJ?
Oh, you know it. He knows it.
I would not blame you a bit. He had a bunch of wins last season. You didn't. So go for it, and good luck, Richie.
10-4. Thanks, bud.
Richie West sitting at second, makes no bones about it. He will move AJ if it means he can get the win tonight. So AJ Godsey, Richie West, Kevin Reed, Jeff Hinkle, and Mark Dantuma are your top 5. Gerald Poole, Brandon Springer, Ray Hillhouse, Mark Nelson, and Albie Hewins rounding out your top 10. Ray Hillhouse is the first driver on new tires. How far can he get on 4 fresh Goodyears here? And of course, there is the risk. They have been out there almost 40 laps on these tires. There is the risk of spinning the tires on the restart. Flat tracks, really a big possibility. Anything could happen as they stack back up for the restart. Drop into the comments quickly. Tell us who you think is going to win. AJ Godsey will control the restart. Richie West on the bottom wants it badly. It's been 2 seasons since Richie has been to victory lane in the Cup Series. Here we go. Green flag in the air. AJ gets an awesome restart. Hinkle comes by into second. Richie holds on to third, but Gerald Poole and Kevin Reed battle. No battle at all. Kevin way up the track. Richie up the track. They're 3 wide off 2. Here comes Hillhouse on fresh Goodyears. Hillhouse now to 5th. AJ out front with Hinkle in second. Richie still holds 3rd. But Hillhouse now down underneath. They're 4 wide off 4. White flag is in the air. Here comes Stephen Gibson. Hillhouse now to 3rd. Gibson clears Kevin Reed off of 2. Oh, we've got a big one on the back straightaway. We'll take a look at it in a minute, but AJ coming through 3 and 4. Here comes Hinkle. Here comes Hillhouse. It's not going to be enough. AJ Godsey gets his first win of the season. Jeff Hinkle comes home in second. Ray Hillhouse recovers for 3rd. And let's see what happened out of 2. Brandon Springer got loose, tried to save it. He clips Kevin. Mark Dantuma, Brian Oshinska caught, Gibson caught. Let's talk to our top 3, starting with Ray Hillhouse. Hey, Ray, this is Doug. You got me?
Oh, man, I got you.
All right, first off, not that last caution, but the previous one, you came down pit road, but it didn't look like you actually stopped.
Yeah, something was going on with the tires. So it said I had unlimited tires, and I was about to pit and realized that I should only have 1 set left. So I decided not to pit, just go through.
Well, it definitely paid off there at the end, man. That was an awesome run, restarting in 8th to come back and finish 3rd.
Yeah, happy with the finish for sure. 1 more lap would have been great, or just an earlier caution there would have helped out. But happy for AJ's win. I think that's the first of his season. Probably many more to come.
Probably so. And man, I have to say, coming off of turn 4, the second to last lap, coming to the white flag, you guys were 4 wide and you never even lifted.
Yeah, I had to send it in there. That was a lot of fun.
Well, man, congratulations. That was an epic run tonight, buddy.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Ray Hillhouse comes home in third. Jeff Hinkle comes home in second. And Jeff, that was an awesome run. It looked like you might have had something for AJ there if you'd had a few more.
Maybe if I had a few more, but I don't know. He's pretty good at managing the people behind him when he runs. So it was a good finish for my screw up early in the race. So feel pretty good about second.
You know, we saw a bunch of comebacks from earlier incidents here tonight. Is it just the fact that is it the tire management, or is it just the track that allows you to make such a comeback after an early incident?
I think that there's so many mistakes that you can work your way back up through. If you can minimize the mistakes, you can work your way back up through. I think Mark Dantuma made a couple comebacks. So yeah, I think you minimize your mistakes and you can move up through the field.
Well, man, congratulations. That was an awesome, awesome comeback.
All right, thanks, Doug.
Jeff Hinkle comes home in second. And AJ, you finally get back to victory lane.
Yeah, Doug, it took longer than I wanted it to, but we're here finally.
I have to say, I did mention it earlier after you'd gotten the lead, that it were 8th race of the season before you get that first win versus 8 or 9 wins last season. It is a bit of a shock it took you so long.
Yeah, this new car's been a struggle for me. I really don't race it much at all outside of leagues, so it's still learning it. And we had a dominant race at Dover and just lost on pit strategy and almost lost this one. Pit strategy has been crazy this season. So last year everything kind of went my way, and this year it's been a little tougher, but I'm going to keep fighting here.
Well, man, an awesome run. Obviously a big points night as well. Congratulations. That was an epic win.
Thanks, Doug.
AJ Godsey finally gets back to victory lane, and thank you guys so much for tuning into what was an exciting non-stop battle of a race. Don't forget to come back tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern. Jones BS Racing is back. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope y'all had as much fun as we did, and have a great night.